grades. That album got me stressed, I tune it like T-Pain. Yeah, I got the keys and these got keychains. They keep taking shots, but they missing, they need aim. Caught the signal like Bruce Wayne. Never had it all, but I built it from loose change. Life is like a white tee, baby, it gets stained. But you better bundle up, cause it's a cold game.
From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olsen here in the booth. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker. He's taken down but just shy of midfield. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Once again, it's Walker. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That'll be intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10.
First down.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this one in. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Spencer Schrader now on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is hard. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. That one good for 29.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Finds room inside the 40. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
16 yards.
It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
I think he would have been better off there, Mike, giving that ball a little bit more juice. You can see he's trying to put a little touch on it and lob that ball into his target, but it just hangs up in the air a little bit too long, and the defense makes him pay.
Ready? On 1st down, it's Richardson. This throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Indianapolis.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he's going to be fouled up quickly after a game of about one. Byron Murphy there on the stop. The bumps and bruises, they start to accumulate this time of year. And you can always see that in the key inactives for this game. On second down, Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. From the gun, Richardson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Byron Murphy. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up fourth down. So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. They'll go play action with Garner. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And it'll be marked out up at the 34-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
At the 34-yard line.
The run up the middle. It's Walker. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 4. They'll run the toss with Walker. He is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're going to get you down for a loss.
And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. The Colts with the football to start this second quarter as they begin with 3rd and 8. Richardson gonna look to throw. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Colts first down.
And the Colts first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
On the ground, it's the tight end. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past. But here, you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
Throwing on second down, Richardson. The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Here's Richardson. And on third down, that ball incomplete. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Hit that a little too well, lands a couple of yards in the end zone for a touchdown. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Marked down at 21, a gain of 1.
1 yard.
It is second and 9.
Second and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Now Darnold. A hit as he threw, the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
From the gun, on third down, it's done. Down, he'll air one out. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And they'll take this down inside 35. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Indianapolis.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that. We'll try again here. Second and 10. Out of the shotgun. Richardson. Finding the open man, that's Pittman. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
Brings up third and 5.
On third down, here's a run by Taylor. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Colts first down.
Typically in a third down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
And he'll give it up on the pitch. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
Second down, they need 3. A run with the former K-State product, DJ Giddens. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Ready, ready. Third down, 3 to go.
Ready, Cougar 19, Purple 80. Ready.
Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to Seattle after this. So on fourth down, here comes Spencer Schrader for the Colts field goal. No issues there. This one is good. And the Colts can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Here comes a return from the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping. And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Get it. Ready, ready.
Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And now he loses the football.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough. So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and
for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Vinyl.
you know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
You gotta go if you play or you troll. Freshest on the globe.
Go! 60 by 6, 70 Timberwolves. Let's go!
Richardson to throw it here on first down. That one complete to Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Not just a first down, but reception number 70 on the season. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. It's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Come on, come on. 70 line, Cowboy 80, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Dragon 60.
Throwing is Richardson. Again, they target Pittman. He's got another catch. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
Gain of 4 yards.
65.
To throw, it's Richardson. A short pass taken in by Warren. And he will get into the end zone. Tyler Warren. Touchdown, Indy. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
The kick is good. Next is Seahawks nothing.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. On play action, here's Darnold. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Again, working deep downfield. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway.
Let's go now.
Here's a run with their tight end. Not a whole lot happening there. Just a short pickup. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Buffalo 80.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. They get 24 on that line. First down, Indianapolis.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Go.
Now it's up 9. It'll bring up second down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
He'll dump this off to Taylor. Complete. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with first and goal.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And a short pickup down inside the 10.
Brings up second and 9.
Second Pirates, 6 the Eagles, 6 the Eagles.
A second down throw for Richardson. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
It's not often you see a pass that's out of the reach of this guy. I mean, 50-50 balls tend to go his favor more often than not, but this one kind of gets away from him just a little bit and falls incomplete.
Ready. Ready. 68.
They'll run a draw now with Taylor. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on fourth and goal.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35.
35-yard line.
Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. And more of the same. Another interception. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt.
Well, Mike, this is entering the realm of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Come on. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor.